Let's put it on shoot. See how long it shoots for. Ah, it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Oh, can you imagine half a dozen of those on the broadside, on a broadside firing at your enemies? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. G'day people, I'm Monster Dad. Welcome back to this Season 2 of our Space Engineers adventure. I'm not sure if you can pick that up on the recording there, but you may be wondering what all that banging and clattering is behind me. Well, ta-da! I hijacked another AI ship, a little bit bigger this time. Yeah, just a bit bigger. Took me a while to get it back, but I did get it back nonetheless. And I put the bobs on, and they just took apart all the weapon systems on this, or sort of ground them down a bit to disable them, just to be on the safe side. And they actually did thrusters as well. So, whilst I do what I'm doing today, I'm going to get this started to take this apart. Lots of juicy components on this thing. I've had to put both my ships on this to try and steady it. This little thing as well, the forklift as well. So yeah, I think it's still moving slightly. Oh no, it looks like it's steady now. There's something loose inside the ship. That's what you can hear all the banging. I think that's what all the banging is. Or it might actually be my ship clattering against it. But either way, I'm going to get these bobs doing their stuff whilst we do ours. Bobs, constructor. Oh, they are on. What did I do then? Oh, I took it off. Yeah. Not owned and neutral. Okay. Grind it down, Bob. Grind it down. There they go. Let's just start taking that apart. Let's make sure I don't have it down to still on grind to disable. I want it ground down completely. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I've taken it off. Good. Okay. Very noisy. Mind you, shipyards are noisy, aren't they? Supposed to be noisy. Hopefully it will keep steady while it's doing it. I think it's all within range of the bobs. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, in the meantime today, what I want to do is start building our weapon testing platform. Should be exciting. So just to prep for that, I had an idea about how I want to do it. I could just build a little underslung platform here, pop some weapons on them, and manually put some ammo in them when I want to test them. But nah, we don't want to do that. Let's over-engineer it a little bit, shall we? Let's over-engineer it a little bit. So what I've done is I've pulled out another branch of our conveyors from our main cargo storage there, which comes down here and along here. And what I want to do is build my weapons platform down here, weapon testing platform. And what we'll do is we'll put targets at different ranges out that way. Yeah, that we can shoot and test. So the way I plan to do this is I want to automatically feed these weapons with the ammo when they're needed. So that's why I've got this conveyor system coming down. I've got a rotor there, and it's an advanced rotor so that it can feed things through the conveying system. And I'll continue that conveyor system down, pretty much straight down. And then around this, what I'm going to do is have like a I suppose it's like an octagon. There'll be 4 square sides, 4 sloped sides, like a, I guess you call it a circular weapon platform. and the weapons will be arrayed down each side of the square, the flat sides of it. So there'll be 4 weapons in total around the weapon platform, and several rows of weapons. And then what we can do is just turn the platform 90 degrees to present the next set of weapons forward facing to test. It also means we can taste, because some of the weapons, particularly in the Mexpex pack, like these big battleship cannons, have a very small firing arc. They only go up about 45 degrees, so you can't point them straight out, you know, from the ship to fire on targets like 90 degrees from the ship. They only come out at about 45 degree angle. So to test these ones, we would need to have them presented sort of side on, like that way, the guns facing that way, and then we can have a weapons arc like that, if that makes sense. It'll make sense when I built it, I guess. Yeah, and then we can test all the weapons properly. Be very cool, very cool. So it should be a fairly straightforward build. I do want to enclose all of these, so I'm going to start putting that together whilst this is being taken apart. This could take a while to take this apart. We can always... Oh, what on earth's happening there? Things are exploding. Oh, something just blew up. It's probably the gyros. Gyros have a tendency to explode when they're bouncing around. Oh wow, that was a big explosion. Oh, I wish we'd seen that one. I suspect it was a gyro. Darn it, I hope it didn't destroy too many components. There's a lot of components on those gyros as well. And it's the components I want more than the steel plate. Steel plate's cheap to make, and we're surrounded with iron. It's all the other stuff. Okay. Anyway, the system works. This system works with clamping onto the ship and manoeuvring it over to our breaker's yard and then taking it apart with the bobs. It works. I'm really pleased about that. I still can't grind down any of these whilst it's still manually grind down any of these whilst it's still owned by the other faction. Otherwise, it'll trigger hostilities. So I've just got to let the bobs do their stuff. I did some repairs around here. I obviously missed that bit. My attack. I forgot to show you last time that our little control room for the shipyard, it is oxygenated as well, and I've just noticed I put the control chair in back to front. That's not much use, is it? I'll have to swap that round. Yeah, so it's fully oxygenated in there. I figured it'd be nice to have somewhere we could just sit in there and control the building or taking apart, and gives us a nice view over the shipyard as well. So it'll be nice. It'll be a nice view in there when the battleship's being built. Yeah, very cool, very cool. This is little things, isn't it? The little things that please us. Anyway, let's crack on with this. Do I have steel plate on me? Enough? Yeah, I could probably do with a bit more. Let's go grab some more. Let's see. Steel plate. Yeah, wow. We came up to the planet with about 90,000 of that. I don't really need those things on me. Do we? Oh no, yeah, we've got thousands of small steel tubes. Just seeing what we got. What did we get from that loot last time? Oh, we got organic. Oh, I need to transfer all the scrap metal and stuff, don't I? Because that won't automatically feed into the refineries with the way I've got my sorter set up. Oh, we've got a big stack of uranium. We'll need that for the ammunition for the weapons. So I'm going to need to manually empty this every now and then, because some of this stuff won't go back through the system to the cargo and refineries. Well, looks like we got some superconductor conduits as well. And an AI chair, pilot chair. We should make a collection of those. There's the other one from this ship. Good. And refinery still processing platinum. We'll need plenty of that for our weapons as well. For the ammunition at least. Right. Okay, so let's... What colour are we doing all this? There we go. Okay, so I do want, like I said, I want to enclose this. Let's just do that. Bob's shouldn't build any of this until they're finished grinding. But if I need something built, we can always we'll have to leave that bit free because this bottom bit needs to turn. Yeah, we can always stop the breaker's yard from working if we need something built. I think I'll round this off actually. Where I can. Oh, I haven't made it too close to the solar panels, have I? No, we should be okay. Okay, let's put some round blocks on that. That one probably should be... Okay, we could round off the whole bottom, couldn't we? Might as well try and make it look a little bit nice. Hey. Get the right block. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, forgot about that. But it's not connected now, is it? There we go. Wrong block! I usually have my square block in the number 5 hotbar, so I automatically press number 5 every time. Okay. Yeah, let's round those off. Yeah, it makes it look a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? And then we'll round off the corners up here. Yeah, and then we'll do the same with this the straight edge, the straight bit down here as well. I'm not going to weld all this up by hand. I'll let Bobs do it when they're ready. Why can't I put that bit in there? Why can't I place my block? Am I going mad? place it in that one, but I can't place it in that one. Which means these are still not straight, are they? How weird's that? Or was it because I hadn't had that one in? I guess that's possible, isn't it? Let's try it again. Let's try that again. Space Engineer's weirdness. There we go. I must have done something stupidly wrong. I'm sure it was me. Okay. Did we do the other end? No, not completely. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think we'll start off this top bit in a similar sort of fashion. So this section here will go straight down as a central conveyor section. I'm not sure how long I need this, but it should be extendable, quite frankly. So that shouldn't really be an issue. Now I've allowed like 3x3 sections in my mind excuse me, for each of the weapon system, but some of the Mexpex weapons are actually bigger than that, the really large weapons, so we'll probably add those last. We can have a special section at the bottom that can house those. Oh no, I can't have those. Oh yes I can. Yeah I can, yeah I can. So how do we want to do this? Let's start from this bit here. Right, so let's have the first figure out how big I need this. I'm gonna have to put all of these in for now. I want it to be symmetrical around, so I need to get the spacing correct. So this won't join. Right, I'm going to put 3x3 sections in. Let's add them in now, but that won't be the middle block of the 3x3. The middle block will be where the conveyor comes out. So for instance, this block here would be the middle section, because the conveyor system will come along there into there. That way we can automatically, and that will happen in all 4 sections of the rotating weapons platform is the word I'm thinking of. So a weapon will sit on there. That will be a conveyor block, that one there. So we can safely remove that one now, because the conveyor section for all the weapons I've seen it is central at the back of the weapon, so that's what we can do there. Now I'll put this side in, and then I'm going to join these 2 sides up, and just to make sure that we've got the length out from the central pylon correct. I'm probably not explaining myself very well, but it will make sense, I promise you. So where did I go out there? I went out 1, 2 from that. So 1, 2, and then let's. So that's that side of that one. So what I want to do now is try and join those two up. Might even get this right first time. Nailed it! Or does it? Actually, I'm going to have to put the other bit in first. This side and test it properly. Let's have a look. I went out, so on there's 1, 2, 3. And then this is that side of that one. Now if this joins up, we are golden. No, didn't. Okay. Or did it? Oh, it did. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, nailed it. Okay, so that's the size of that. What I'll do is I'll cut there and I'll get this first section of this platform finished off. At least the frames in anyway, and then I'll get back to you to show you, to explain to you more thoroughly and properly probably how I think it's going to work. So I'll see you in just a moment. Later. Welcome back. Okay, so pretty much put together this first section. I swapped the bobs onto weld before grind, so they've stopped their breaking up of that thing now, and they've started putting this thing together. I've noticed every time I get a block ready to place, it tries to place upside down. You see this conveyor thing's upside down. I noticed that a few episodes ago. Every time I try and put a block down, it starts off upside down. Very strange. I don't know why that's happening. Okay, so what's going to happen here is these will all be connected by the conveyor system like this. So when we place the weapon, and we'll pop a couple of weapons on in a moment as well onto this section, so I can show you how I think this is going to work. I probably don't have the ammunition for any. In fact, I certainly do not have the ammunition for any of these weapons, so we can't really do much with them. So there you go. So why has it not finished that? Oh, it has now. Yep. So we can continue this down really as long as we want to, section after section. I'll leave a couple of block gap between each weapon mount, I guess we could call them. So there could be 4 weapons mounted onto each section of this testing platform at each one of these flat areas here, all conveyed through, so we can make, you know, a limited amount of ammunition for each one just for testing purposes initially. These weapons will automatically draw the ammunition from our storage box when they need it, and then we can just turn this platform. We'll be firing that way towards the planet, so we can fire from this side or this side, or we can test weapons that are able to fire in a 180 degree arc. So we've got a good range of motion with the weapons as well for testing. So one of the main reasons I'm doing this, as well as it's going to be great fun blowing all this stuff up, because what I'll do is I'll create targets at different spacings, you know, towards the planet there that we can blow up with these weapons and see what they look like. But also it will inform us whereabouts on the battleship we need to mount these weapons for their firing arcs as well. So it's it's going to serve a purpose as well as be fun. And like I said, maybe a little bit over-engineered, but I think it'll be okay. What I do want to do. What I do want to do. That should be a song. That sounds like it should be a Spice Girls song, doesn't it? Is make this nice and neat as well. We might as well have it looking the part. It's an important piece of equipment for our shipyard. Just top those off. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah. Cool. And what I'll need to do, I'll do between episodes, is I'll set up some kind of control system. What I might do is actually build myself a little control platform here that I can sit on. And I want to set up this rotor so that we can push one button and move it 90 degrees each time, so we can spin this 90 degrees without having to mess around with it. I think that would be better longer term than trying to turn it and stop it just right. I configured all the weapons. We've got fairly decent coverage now for the base. There's another 4 weapons on the top of the arms up there as well. They all have ammunition, so yeah, they should protect us. I don't have a lot of protection to this side, so if we had something come in to the base sort of in this direction, we wouldn't have a great deal of protection. However, once we get this weapon platform working and some ammunition, some of these weapons, then we'll have a ton of protection. Is this out of range? This bit here, because it started grinding over there. I can still move this over here. If I need to, I can put another conveyor block here with another connector, so I can get it even closer to this area over here if I need to. It looks like this bit might be slightly out of range here. Not to worry, let's stick one of the weapons on here. So, we've got CMD Bob's weapons and we have the Mexpex weapons, in addition to the vanilla weapons. I think what I want to do, I haven't had a good look at the CMD Bob's weapons. Some of these are specifically for small ships, I think, and I think some of them are for large ships. Yes, for instance, these weapons here are for small ships. I would like to test those as well at some point, because I do want to build some kind of fighter that we can use around the base if we do get attacked. We can use to defend ourselves. Plasma cannon. Oh. Torpedo launcher. Oh, cool. I wonder what the distance are on those. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that's part of the whole point of doing this. The designated turret's not actually a weapon. I think that's something that CMD Bob has put on so that other weapon mods can use it as a mount. So it's not actually a weapon, I don't think. That's my understanding of it anyway. If somebody knows better, please let me know. Yeah, some great stuff. Great stuff. Decoy flares. Now if they work how I hope they work, to distract rockets, that would be really useful. Yeah, cool. Let's stick a couple of the Mexpex weapons on, because I've had a better look at those and I've got a better idea of what they're like. Let's start with a heavy defense turret. I think they're fairly cheap to make, these weapons, but the ammunition's quite expensive. Anti-fighter turret. Let's pop one of those bad boys on. Anti-missile turret. Cool beans. See, some of these ones like this it's just I'll take it out so you can see it's enormous. I'm too close to it. Why am I too close to it? Yeah, it's an enormous beast, this one. Can we not move these things away from us a little bit? Is there a way to do that? Anyway, heavy defense turret, let's pop that on. So we should be able to pop that straight there. And if I've got it the right way around, which I don't know if I have, Bob should build that. Yeah, it's the right way around. I really like the look of these weapons as well. They look old style battleship weapons, I think. Yeah. So this is what we can do, and then extend this down, rotate the platform around to have test out different firing arcs and test out the different weapons. Yeah, brilliant. And then we can decide on a final weapon loadout for our broadsides. We'll also have forward and rear guns, which will probably be some of the bigger guns that won't fit properly on the broadside, but we can fire slightly longer range head on or to the rear of the battleship, as well as missiles. Still need missile mods. So let's pop this. What else do we have there? We got number 8. Pop that on, see what that one looks like. This is the anti-fighter turret. Come on, build it, Bob. Build it. Oh, that looks pretty cool as well. So I'm pretty certain this one has a complete field of fire all the way around. Whereas this one, I think, only comes out at about 45 degrees. Oh, actually, I think this one might come out as far as 90 degrees. Let's tell you what we'll do just for now. Let's just stick a little control button on here. See, nothing's coming out the right way around. Okay, so the heavy defense turret, range 850. Let's get target neutrals off on all of these. That'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? So if we press control on that one, oh yeah. So that's about as far up as that one goes. So let's see where that moved. Oh yeah, that can come right out. That's a good broadside weapon with regards to range, because you can get, you know, parallel to another ship and it can still fire straight at it. Whereas a lot of these weapons only come out to about 45 degrees, so you need to be at an angle to your enemy ship to be able to bring the weapons to bear. So yeah, well, it depends how effective it is for destroying stuff. I wonder what the ammunition is used for that. Let's have a look. I think they do tell you. Heavy defense turrets. Ammunition, 240mm HE shell stack. Let's see if we can make some of those and make sure it feeds down. I wish they had a search facility on the production system. 240mm. Oh, look at that. Nailed it. First time. So let's make just one of those at the moment. I've no idea how many of these rounds you get per stack. I guess that's something we test as well, isn't it? So that hopefully will feed directly into this weapon. So if we go back to the control panel, so order available ammo, get available ammo. Does that mean it's going to make it, produce it from the assemblers automatically? Get available ammo, does that mean it will just draw it from the storage? I don't know. But if you have a look at inventory, we should be able to, if we spell it correctly, see the turret on here. Heavy defense turret. Yeah, it drew the shell through. Good. So the conveyor system works. Let's go back to our control panel. Jump into this gun. I don't have a target to fire this at, but we can shoot it just the same. Let's shoot at the moon. Oh yeah, that's a nice sound and a nice look. So the question is, heavy defense turret. Looks like it's... Wow, really? One shell? One round per shell? Why can't I control it again? Oh, I'm already controlling it. That's why, you dope. Oh no, it's still firing. So why can't I see anything in its inventory then? How do I know how much ammo it has? If anybody knows, please let me know. It would be really useful to know. Yeah, because the shell stack has gone from its inventory, so I can only assume it's loaded into the weapon now, but there seems to be no way to see how many rounds the weapon has left. And that's really important actually. We need to know how many shots this thing has. Let's put it on shoot. See how long it shoots for. Ah, it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Oh, can you imagine half a dozen of those on the broadside, on a broadside firing at your enemies? Oh yeah, oh yeah. All depends on how much damage it does. Okay, so it stopped firing. So it's about half a dozen shots, wasn't it? I failed to count. I could play back the. I think it might have been 5 actually altogether. Okay, so we know roughly we're getting about 5 rounds per ammunition stack. Okay, well that's good to know. I could probably do putting like an LCD like here just to make notes on for these things. So, you know, something like that is really important. How many shots we get per ammunition stack is crucial to know, really. Yeah. So what did we need? It was 10 iron ingots. Wow. That's, yeah. Silicon, just a small amount. Magnesium, a fair amount actually. Ooh, 0.10 uranium. Uranium should be easy enough. Platinum, 0.3. Okay, so a little bit of platinum, but not a lot. But as you can see, that's one weapon, and you're looking at uranium and platinum, as well as the usual magnesium, iron, silicon for the ammo. So we're going to need a really good supply of some of the exotic materials to be able to be producing a ton of ammo for the range of weapons we're going to have on this battleship. So we're going to have a pretty hefty logistics base going, really, and resupply base, with probably some dedicated refinery and manufacturing systems for the actual ammo, so we can dock the ship and resupply the ammo directly to it. Yeah, cool beans. We're running out of time, but I really want to quickly test this other one. What does it need? Anti-fighter turret, 40mm Wolfram slug belt. Sounds impressive. What on earth does that look like? 40mm flak. I really wish I had a search facility on this. I really, really do. Wolfram slug belt. There it is. So what does that need? Oh, just iron and magnesium. Okay, let's pop one of those into the system. That should feed through. And let's... Do you know what? Let's take that off. Shoot. While we're at it. What range has that one got? Just a touch more than a Gatling. Okay, let's pop that on shoot. And let's have a look at it. Oh wow, I didn't get a lot of shots out of that, but the ammo was fairly cheap. And it's a good job I wasn't pointing at the base. That could have been disastrous. That could have been pointing directly up there then. I should check that next time. Okay, let's just turn it off of the continual shoot. Oh, it sounded nice. I don't know if you caught the sound properly on the recording there, but that sounded pretty cool. I think Megspec has really nailed down these weapons. I think they look good and they sound amazing when they fire. Alright, I'm going to call it an episode there. So between episodes I am going to continue building this down, and I'll start adding all the weapons, line up a little bit of ammo, and then in the next episode we can actually start testing these properly, as well as the CMD Bob weapons as well. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think design of the platform works. Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Cool beans. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching that, and if you enjoyed it, please press that like button as it helps the channel grow. I'm Monsterdad, and I'll see you in the next episode. Later.